All right, so welcome to your full body strength and conditioning. We got 4 circuits that we're gonna run through today. We're gonna do 40 seconds on with a 15-second break, and each circuit is gonna get done twice. At the end of each circuit, we're gonna grab some water, and then I'll explain the circuit that comes after that one. But before we get into today's fun, we gotta get ourselves warmed up. So let's do our 10 jumping jacks. Whether you wanna do 10 high or 10 low impact jacks. And once you have done your 10, we're gonna alternate 10 front lunges. Keep the lunge nice and small. We're just getting those hips, knees, ankles warmed up. Ready to rock and roll, 10 total. So 5 lunges on the left, 5 lunges on the right, still keeping that nice tall posture, still keeping those abs engaged. And once you have done your 10, we'll do leg swings front to back. So if you need to hold on to something for balance, find a wall or a back of a chair. And we're just gonna move the leg front to back, warming up that hip a little bit more. Get your eyes onto a focal point that will help with the balance. Swing the arms with the legs, keeping those abs nice and tight still. 10 left, 10 right. And once you have done your 10 jumping jacks, 10 leg swings, we're gonna come down onto the floor, high plank or push-up position. And if coming right down onto the floor is not an option, you can always elevate those hands onto a staircase, a nice solid coffee table, or a workout bench. We're going to do a spider climb with the rotation. So hands and toes, take one foot, step it nice and wide. Take the same hand, open up towards the ceiling, set that foot back. Same thing, other side. Eyes are gonna follow the hand to the ceiling, opening up through that shoulder, chest, and the hip, doing 10 rotations total. So 5 on the left and 5 on the right. And once you have done your 10, stay down in this high plank position, and we'll finish with either 10 plank toe taps or 10 plank jacks. So you can jump or step the feet out to the side, 10 reps total. And then we'll go and we'll find 2 dumbbells. We actually start down on the floor with some renegade rows. Perfect. Okay, so we have renegade rows actually to get us started. So you're gonna need 2 dumbbells for me. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna do a renegade row on each side. So a left and a right, followed by 1 mountain climber. 1 knee in, 1 knee in. Move number 2, we're gonna flip over onto our back. You can use a dumbbell if you like. We're gonna do a full sit-up. Move number 3, we flip back over into a push-up position. So everybody's on their hands, knees, or toes. We do a push-up into a down dog. So we're gonna do upper body with some core work. Now again, the renegade row, mountain climber combination can be done with the hands elevated. Same with the push-up down dog. So if getting right down onto the floor, or if your strength is just not quite there yet to hold yourself in the plank position, elevate those hands. Okay, 2 dumbbells for me. We'll get set up. Now, if you find holding on to the dumbbells in the palms of your hands, it just bothers your hands, then bring your dumbbells nice and close together, and then you can just simply pick it up rather than keeping all of your body weight on the handles of the dumbbells. Okay, so I just realized I added more time than I needed to. Hold on, hold on. You guys do not want to do 45 seconds. We want to do 40 seconds. So let's make that quick change. Here we go. So 1 row, 1 row, 1 knee, 1 knee. Now remember, the renegade row can be done from the knees and then just pop it up onto the toes to do that mountain climber. So you got 2 choices, and you can also do this with your hands elevated off the floor. Just make sure you're on a good solid surface, and the higher your hands are off the floor, the easier the renegade row, the push-ups, burpees, any of those will be. All right, we got about 5 more seconds. We're gonna flip ourselves over onto our back. You can use a dumbbell if you like. 15-second break, and we're gonna do a sit-up. So we're gonna hold the dumbbell at the chest if you are using one. If not, option one, hands can come across the chest or behind the head. All right, come on down. Push your back into that floor. We want to use the abdominals to sit all the way up. And then I want you to roll back down onto the mat, almost like vertebrae by vertebrae. Now, straighter legs make it a little bit easier to sit yourself up. If you want more of a challenge, then bend those knees in closer to the chest. Good. Once we are done these sit-ups, we gotta roll back over. We're gonna do our push-up into that pike or downward dog position. And I need about 5 more seconds here. Awesome. Quick flip. Now remember, your hands can be elevated for this one. Hands are gonna be a little bit wider than the shoulders. Push-up can be done either from the knees or the toes. So we're gonna do one push-up. And then I want you to draw the belly button up. Use the abs to get those hips up, come back into your nice plank position, do another push-up. You should be able to keep your hands and feet in the same spot. And remember, you can always drop down to the knees to do that push-up. Pop it back up onto the toes to get your hips up towards the ceiling. Good. All right, I need about 10 more seconds here. We're gonna rinse and repeat one more time, starting with the renegade row, mountain climber combination. So we're gonna find those dumbbells again in 3, 2, there it is. All right, find your weights. Remember, you can keep your hands elevated. You can do the renegade row from the knees. They don't have to be from the toes. We got about 4 seconds. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Pop it up. Here we go. Row, row, knee, knee. Now, if you're doing the plank, or sorry, the row from the toes, the wider you make your feet, bigger base of support, makes it easier to keep those hips nice and square to the floor. Good. Last time here. Once we have done our renegade row, mountain climber combo, we're gonna flip ourselves back over with or without a weight for that sit-up. We got less than 10 seconds. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, there it is. All right, so if you're adding that weight, go for it. If not, hands are just gonna come across the chest or behind the head. So come on down, push your back into that floor. I want you to use those abs to lift the shoulders, so I'm not gonna swing myself up. Sit up as high as you can, roll back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. You got it. Nice work. Once we are done, our 40 seconds worth of sit-ups, we're gonna flip ourselves back over. We'll get set up for a push-up to pike. Remember, you can elevate those hands off the floor if you need to. Push-up can be done either from the knees or toes. We have about 5 more seconds here. We'll roll that dumbbell out of the way if you're using one. And flip yourselves back over. Hands just a little bit wider than those shoulders. Remember, push-ups, nothing more than a moving plank. All right, let's get set up. Let's drop that chest down and then pull that belly button up. Get those hips up. Good. Come back into plank. One more push-up. Take your time with this. I really want you to focus on pulling or drawing that belly button up into the spine to move the hips rather than pushing off with the arms. Make those nice deep abdominals do the work. 15 seconds. We're gonna take a quick water break and we're gonna move on to circuit number 2. Good. I need about 5 more seconds. You should be able to get 1 more rep in. There it is, nice. All right, come on up, grab some water for me. Get your mat up and out of the way, but you are still gonna need it. So move number 1, you're gonna need 2 dumbbells, and we're gonna bring the weights up to the shoulder. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna do 1 curtsy lunge followed by a 1-arm press. 1 curtsy lunge followed by the other arm is going to press. So that's number 1. Number 2 is we're gonna do these surrenders. So you're gonna need a mat and you're gonna need 1 dumbbell. So start with the weight at the chest. From here, you're gonna kneel down onto the mat, and then you're gonna stand back up. Lower the weight, bring it back up. So we're gonna do a surrender with the bicep curl. Now, if getting down onto the floor for those surrenders do not work for your knees, here's your other option. I still want you to keep the weight up by the chest. Rather than doing the surrenders, I want you to sit, stand, and then do a curl. So you're gonna do a squat in replace of. Now, move number 3, we're all down on the floor. One dumbbell if you can. We're gonna hold a V-sit position for the abs as we press one weight up towards the ceiling. All right, you're ready for this? So 2 dumbbells, we have that curtsy lunge to get us started. Weights are at the shoulder, so do 1 curtsy, feet together, 1 press, good. 1 curtsy, feet together, 1 press, you got it. Keep it going, dropping that back knee down as much as you can towards the floor. Keeping that nice tall posture, our abs are always engaged. Good, and I need about 15 more seconds here, and then we'll move on to the surrender with that 1 dumbbell bicep curl. And again, the alternative, rather than doing the surrenders, is a squat. In 3, 2, good. All right, so everybody needs 1 weight. So it doesn't matter if you're gonna do the surrenders or do the squat. If you're doing the surrenders, make sure the mat is behind you. So you're gonna kneel down, back onto it. All right, weight up. Here we go. Down, so whatever leg goes down first comes up first. Lower, curl, other leg. Now if you find alternating your legs too much for your brain, stay all on one side, and then on round 2, make sure you switch legs. If you are not doing the surrenders, you got those squats going on. So you're gonna sit, stand, still do that curl. Sit, stand, good. So you got 2 choices here. We got 10 seconds left, and then we're gonna hit the deck. We're gonna grab a seat on your mat. You still need 1 dumbbell. Good, so let's grab a seat. Now, option 1, keep your feet on the floor. You're gonna lean back. The more you lean back, the more tension you'll create. Keep that belly button tucked in. Weight is at the chest. So option 1, we're in this nice V position. Press to the ceiling, come on down, and press. Now, if you want more of a challenge, you're gonna lift those feet up and off the floor. Still keep that pelvis tucked in, abs are nice and tight. If you start to feel your back, then I need you to put the feet down and or sit up taller in your posture. All right, I need about 15 more seconds. You got this. Now you can do this body weight. If you need to drop the weight, all good. Press with those arms, come on. I need about 5 more seconds. We're back to the top with those curtsies. In 3, 2, there it is. Come on up. 15 seconds. If you want to go lighter or heavier with your weight, now is your time to do it. We're gonna get those weights up to the shoulders. 1 curtsy, 1 arm press. Here we go. Curtsy, feet together, press it up. Good, other side. So we're alternating left and right with the legs and with the arms. Good. You got it. Keeping those abs tight, eyes are up. So we're not looking down at our floor. We're not looking at the feet. Good. 15 more seconds here. We're gonna go back to the surrenders with that 1 dumbbell bicep curl. Last 10. And remember, your alternative is to do a squat. In 4, 3, 2, good. All right, so I need 1 weight. If you're doing the surrenders, make sure the mat is behind you so that you'll kneel down behind her. So you're gonna step back to kneel down. In 3, weights are up to the chest. 2, here we go. Down, down, up, up, do that curl. Good. Now, if you alternated on round 1, I need you to alternate on round 2. If you did all the left leg on round 1, I need you now to be on the right leg stepping back first. If you're not doing the surrenders, you got that squat. So sit, stand, and then do that curl. Sit, stand. Good. You got it. I need about 10 more seconds. We're gonna hit the deck for that V-sit hold overhead press. So we still need one dumbbell if you want, or you can go body weight with those arms. Grab a seat for me. Feet on the floor or off, you choose. Body weight or add that dumbbell between the hands. Let's lean it back, tuck that belly button in. Good, and press. So start with the feet on the floor and then take them off if you want that added challenge. Even if it's just for a couple of seconds, for 1 or 2 reps. And then you can always put them back down. You can always sit up a little bit taller. You should not feel the lower back if you're keeping those abs engaged. We got about 15 seconds left. We're gonna take another water break and move on to circuit number 3. We're almost there, 10 more seconds. Keep going. Last 5, and 4, 3, 2, and relax. Whew. Grab some water for me, come on up. And we're gonna need 2 dumbbells, or you could use 2 kettlebells here as well. As long as they're the same weight, you are good to go. So we are going to do a clean into a reverse lunge. So 2 dumbbells or kettlebells, you choose. You're gonna grab a seat, clean up to the shoulder. From here, keep the weights in that front racked position. We're gonna reverse lunge, bring the weight down, clean again. So that's number 1. Number 2, I gotta throw in some burpees today. So elevate the hands to make the burpee easier. You can do this with or without added weight. So with the weight, come down with the dumbbells in your hands, jump or step it back, jump or step it forward. Get the hips down, eyes up, stand up with the weight if you want to use them. So that is number 2. Number 3, it's gonna be a little bit of fun here. So I'm gonna give you 2 options. We're doing some bear crawls, but body weight or, oh yeah, add some dumbbells. So I'm gonna show you how it looks. So if you're gonna use the dumbbells, hands on the dumbbells, get those knees down, pull the belly button in. Ideally, in the ideal world, you step opposite hand to opposite foot at the same time, and then back. Good, keeping the steps nice and small, and then you do the exact same thing forward. Now you can do this 100% body weight, which obviously makes it easier. If you're like, there is no way I am doing that, I simply want you just to hold the bear position and just don't move. Just hold it. All right, we got an action plan. You guys ready? So we're gonna do the clean with the reverse lunge. That is move number 1. Here we go. So let's clean it up. Up, hold your weight in the racked position. Do 2 reverse lunges, reset. Good. So we're gonna use the momentum of getting out of that squat to clean the weights to the shoulder, keeping your eyes up, abs nice and tight, pushing those hips back into your squat position and dropping that back knee down as far as you can into the reverse lunge. I need 10 more seconds. We're gonna do our burpees next, with or without that added weight. In 3, 2, good. Now remember, you can elevate your hands. And when you elevate your hands, you can still keep the weight or go body weight. We got 5 seconds. Choose where you would like to start in terms of intensity. Here we go. Jump or step those feet back. Jump or step the feet in. Stand up. Good. Here we go. Keep your eyes on the floor for me. Keep those abs nice and tight. And remember, I need those hips back. Get that chest up before you stand up with those weights. When you stand up, I don't want you to be all rounded and hunched over. Hips down, chest up. Good. And the more you elevate the hands off the floor, the easier this is going to be. I need 3 more seconds. All right, are you ready to try this bear crawl? So choose if you're gonna try it with some weights or go body weight, and remember, you can always just hold it. All right, in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Now stepping, same arm to same foot is not an option. Then step 1, then the other. 1, then the other. And that will feel more stable for sure. Good. But keep your hips down. Try not to let your butt creep up in the air. Your knees are just hovering over the floor. And don't worry about your speed. Take your time. We got 10 seconds. Good. And then we are back to the top. We're gonna stand it up and do our clean reverse lunge combination. Woo. Nice work. Grab some water, you got 10 seconds. If you wanna go heavier or lighter with your dumbbells or kettlebells, you can do that. All right, you ready? 3, 2, here we go. Clean it up. Up, reverse lunge, reverse lunge. Good. Eyes up, push those hips back. Keep those abs nice and tight. After you do the clean, feel free to take a pause. Take a second before going into that reverse lunge. Make sure you're set up. Make sure you're nice and balanced, good to go. There's no rush, there's no set number of reps you need to do. I need 10 more seconds, and we are back to that burpee. Up, good. In 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, burpee time. With or without weight. Hands come right down onto the floor or elevate them off the floor to make it easier. In 3, 2, here we go. Jumper step those feet back. Come in, eyes up, stand up. Now, if you want to stand up without the dumbbells, you can do that. And then you can simply use the dumbbells to elevate the hands off the floor a little bit, which does make it easier. Watch that body position before you stand up with the weights. Take that extra second in that bottom position. And remember, elevate those hands to make it easier. 10 more seconds, come on. And then one more time with those bear crawls, with or without weight, or just hold it. Whew. Good. Now, if you just held on round 1, didn't move at all, I'm gonna challenge you to take 1 or 2 steps of that bear crawl. See how it feels, and then hold for the rest of the time. All right, here we go. Let's get those knees just hovering. Step. Keep the steps nice and small. The bigger you make your steps, the more challenging it is. Good. Eyes are on the floor. Belly button pulled up into the spine. You may do 1 or 2 steps with the weights, roll them off to the side, and finish body weight. I need 10 more seconds, come on. We're gonna take another water break. We got 1 more circuit to get through. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Water break. Nice work. Whew. All right, so we only need dumbbells for the first 2. The third move is body weight. So, sticking with the burpee theme, move number 1 is going to be a devil's press. And you can elevate your weights off the floor to do this particular move as well. So, you're gonna need 2 weights. You're gonna come down, hands on the floor, and I need your feet wider, because when we stand up with the weights, I need the weights to come between the knees before we snatch it up and overhead. So, option 1, you're gonna step the feet back, step the feet up, hips down, eyes up, swing through, clean it up overhead or snatch it up overhead. Option 2, we jump, and we still bring the weight up and overhead. So go light with the weight if you're not sure. You can even go body weight and still mimic the motion with the hands. Number 2, we're gonna alternate some lateral lunges, 2 dumbbells, 1 or none. Number 3, 2 plank toe taps or jacks, just like we did in the warm-up, followed by 2 plank shoulder taps. You ready? Devil's press. Here we go. Jumper step those feet back. Jumper step the feet in. Make sure you are bending the elbows to help get the weight overhead. I do not want this. I do not want straight arms. You're gonna end up hurting your back, and that is not what we need. Good. You got it. We got 15 seconds here. Remember, You can go body weight. You do not need to use those dumbbells. Elevate the hands off the floor to make this easier. We got 4 seconds, come on. Woo. All right, catch your breath, walk it out, grab a drink. We got lateral lunges. So if you're gonna go with 2 dumbbells, you'll straddle the knee as you step out to the side. If you're gonna go solo, 1 dumbbell, hand to opposite leg, switch hands, other side. Or you can go body weight. 3 choices. I want you to pick the hardest version for you. Do 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 reps. Then make it a little easier. Keep going. Then make it a little easier to finish off. All right. Keep those eyes up for me. And as you step out to the side, we're gonna push that hip out and back, keeping that nice tall posture. So I'm not all rounded. I'm gonna push my chest up. And we got 5 more seconds. Almost there, come on. We're gonna hit the deck, plank position. And now you can elevate your hands off the floor to make this easier as well. You do not need to come right down onto the floor. So option 1, 2 jacks. Option 2, 2 taps. You ready? 1, 2, shoulder, shoulder. So I want you to keep those hips down. I don't want your butts up in the air. Eyes are on the floor, belly button pulled into the spine. You're at nice, solid plank position. Now, here's another option from the floor. Drop to the knees to do the shoulder tap and then pop it back up. Or remember, you can elevate those hands. I need about 10 more seconds. We are back to the tap. Whew. There it is. All right, my friends, last time with this devil's press, last time. Find your 2 dumbbells for me. Remember, elevate the weights off the floor to make this easier. Staircase, solid coffee table, workout bench, whatever you got. Here we go, let's jump or step those feet back. Bring them in, eyes up, swing through, press overhead, good. Take your time, there's no rush. And remember, if you find adding weight to this is just too much, go body weight. And just do the same motion with the arms so that when you add weight, you've got that movement pattern nailed down, ready to go. 10 seconds, come on. We have lateral lunges coming up. In 4, 3, 2. Oh, I need 2 more moves. 2 more moves. I need like another minute and a half, 90 seconds. Grab some water. We got 5 seconds. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Step it out, feet together, eyes up, abs nice and tight. Straddle the knee with the dumbbells if you are using 2. If you're using 1 dumbbell, you're gonna go hand to opposite foot. Switch hands in the middle, same thing on the other side, and switch. Or go body weight. Start with the hardest. If you haven't done 2 dumbbells yet, I want you to do 1 or 2 reps. And then drop it down to 1, and then drop it down to body weight. I need 10 seconds, come on. We only got 1 move left. 2 plank jacks or toe taps with our shoulder taps. There it is. All right, weights right out of the way. We are done with those weights. Remember, you can elevate the hands here, make it a little bit easier. So let's get set up into our plank position, tighten up those abs. 2 jacks or toe taps, tap, tap those shoulders, good. Keep those hips down. As the body gets tired, I don't want your hips up in the air. Get those hips nice and square to the floor. I'm a little off on my toe taps. 15 seconds, come on, we're almost there. We're gonna grab some water, we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna get ourselves stretched out. 10 more seconds, come on. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Woo. Nelly, flip it over for me, grab a quick drink. And then lie down on your back. Let's bring those arms out like the letter T. We're gonna drop the knees to one side. I want you to hold it there. Take that opposite hand. I want you to bring it all the way up towards the ear and then bring it all the way back down towards your glutes. We're gonna do 3 of these half circles for the shoulder. And once you have done 3, you're gonna stop in the middle at that T position, and then we're gonna simply drop the knees to the other side and do the exact same thing. Bring the arm to the ear and then back down to the glutes. Noticing if one shoulder or hip feels tighter than the other, because you can always go back and do it again. Once you have done your 3, stop in that T position. Knees are gonna come back to the middle. Bring one leg up. Grab either above or below the knee or the toe. The goal is to get the leg straight first. So do that first. And then if you find you need a deeper stretch in the hamstring, extend the opposite leg. But the other leg needs to stay straight. Good. I want you to hold the stretch until any tension in that hamstring just fades away, and then you'll simply switch sides whenever you are ready. There is no rush. Grabbing above or below the knee or the toe, the leg is gonna get nice and straight first. You may find that this is enough. You may find that you need to extend the other leg just to get a little bit deeper into that hamstring. Again, allowing any tension just to fade away. And then we'll go into our figure 4. So we'll cross an ankle over the knee. You can either push that knee away with the same hand or grab onto the uncrossed leg and pull in, getting a deeper stretch in through the hip. And once that hip has had enough, you're simply just gonna switch sides. You push the knee away with the hand or grab onto the uncrossed leg. Let any tension in that hip just fade away. And then we'll rock and roll. We're gonna sit all the way up, bring the soles of the feet together, and we're gonna go into our inner leg stretch. Grabbing onto the ankles. And then if you want to use the elbows to push the knees down further, you can, but you don't have to. You can just let gravity do its thing. And then we'll go into our spinal twist. So we're going to extend one leg out in front. We'll cross the other leg over. Give that knee a nice big hug. Twist to look behind us. We're gonna pull this knee in. We're gonna use this hand to help rotate, getting in through that hip and lower back. And again, just hold until you feel all that tension just go away. And then to simply switch sides, and we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Good. You may find one side a little bit better than the other. So again, you can always go back and do those tighter sides again. But once you have done both sides, we're gonna flip over onto our hands and knees. I want you to flex the feet. Take one arm, thread it under, drop the shoulder, and actually you can keep your feet flat, and then drop the hips. So you should feel a nice stretch around the back of the shoulder. So play around with the angle of the arm, the angle of your body, so that you can feel that stretch. And then just simply switching sides when any tension in that shoulder has gone away. And once you have done both shoulders, we'll come back into that tabletop position, so hands and knees. We're gonna flex those feet again. We're gonna push our hips up into our downward dog position. Heels are gonna come into the floor, head is gonna come between those shoulders. We're gonna pedal out the feet here. And once you have pedaled out the feet, about 5 or 6 on each side, you can walk the hands to the feet, or you can walk the feet towards the hands, whichever feels better for you to do. And then we're gonna hang like a rag doll. I want you to open up, arch through the back, separate those shoulder blades for a nice mid-back stretch, and then slowly stand it up vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing those shoulders down and back at the top. Interlace the hands, shoulders down, chest out. Nice stretch across the front of the chest and the shoulders. And then from here, we're gonna give our triceps a quick little stretch. So give yourself a pat on the back. Let's push that elbow back. Opening up a little bit through that rib cage as you push the elbow behind you. and then switching sides when you are ready. We got one stretch left, my friends. So if you need to hold on to something for balance, find a chair or a wall. We're gonna grab onto an ankle. We're gonna glue the knees together, and then I want you to push that hip forward so you can feel the stretch right up into that hip flexor. Hold the stretch until any tension in that quad just goes away, and then switch sides whenever you are ready. So we'll grab onto that ankle. We'll bring the knees together. We're gonna push that hip forward. And once you have done both legs, you are good to go. Job well done. We did some very challenging moves today with those bear crawls with the dumbbells, those devil presses. So job well done for challenging yourself today. Have an amazing rest of the day, and I cannot wait to see you in the next workout.